Yo, what's good with Kinetic fam? This your boy Kinetic, bring you guys some Division 2 video content today. Yeah, it's been a minute since I dropped a long form video, but hopefully in today's video it's going to share some insights to you guys that give you some help for returning players and for new players alike. So if you are a returning player like I am, and if you are a new player, then check this video right here out to how to level up fast, like I have within like a week's time or so. Hopefully it can be some great insight for you. And I work a 40-hour job, so if it's possible for me, it's possible for you as well, I'm quite sure. But anyway, drop me a comment, let me know what any tips you might have as a player as well that I could possibly implement myself. And that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to start by saying this. I started playing more Summit. I realized that playing Summit and you put certain mission directives on or challenges on when you're playing Summit, it definitely can help get that XP grind up. Like I probably ran Summit for about an hour, hour and a half, two hours tops the other night. And let me tell you something, it was quite grindy. Quite challenging. I do suggest that you put it at least on challenging though. After you get your build together, put it on challenging and like give it a run. Like try to actually see what your build can do, and also set a targeting loop as well. I might try to show that here in a little while. How to set targeting loop, things of that nature for a certain loot drop that you might be going for. But definitely set some challenges up on here so that you'll know what to do, or at least what they do and how much XP it might gain from it. But one of the key tips I can say is if you get a chance to, be sure to run Summit. It's like kind of like a little bit of a gold mine. It's like 100 floors or something like that in Summit. Also, while you're in Summit, running through Summit, you also have the chances of picking up some exotics, which everybody loves those, right? You love exotics, so it's definitely a good thing to try out. Definitely a good thing to run through to see if how your build stacks up against it. I got the capacitor at like floor 34 or 35 or something like that, running through the Summit solo. So that's definitely something to keep your eye out on, something to think about doing if you can, when you can. Definitely jump into Summit, throw it on solo. I mean, you can run with a group if you want to, but throw it on solo. Throw up some challenges, you know, fog of war, something like that, raging enemies, you know, something. But put on some challenges and maybe some directives or whatnot, and then also, you know, just try to grind it out. So Summit being one thing we can kind of look into. So moving on to the Tinkering Station at the Summit, you got one at the headquarters of White House as well. Now over at the Tinkering Station, you go to the expertise section and you're able to donate weapons that you got extra of into the proper category of those weapons, and increases your expertise level. Drop me a comment. I can make a short video or in-depth video on the expertise stuff at the Tinkering Station of the table or whatnot. Go over to the Tinkering part of the Tinkering Station and you're able to then adjust or to extract and replace the different attributes and core attributes. Like this is where you can level your weapon up a little bit more, making more weapon damage on it. You can swap out for critical hit for critical damage, or a headshot, critical headshot, or more damage to health or to armor, things like that. You can do over here at the Tinkering part of the Tinkering Station. As you can see here, as long as you got the resources to do so, you'll be able to do so, and you have those things already calibrated that you pull from the library. Now, also you can do the talent switch out. You want to change out your talents for another talent or something like that from another weapon that you extracted. To extract these talents, you do it from the library section of it, and you got to be careful because you don't want to destroy the wrong weapon, because when you extract the talent, it will deconstruct the weapon itself. So yeah, I ain't gonna go a whole lot into it, but yeah, drop me a comment and I will another video do that. But one thing you want to focus on heavily is the priority objectives. The priority objectives pretty much gives you more XP. It can give you different exotic equipments, things like that. Something to really focus on, heavy on the priority objectives, and also focus on your projects to do your dailies, your weeklies, the weekly summit challenge if you can. Like things of that nature can help you level up fast and very fast, might I add, very fast. And like 1 week I leveled up in like from 25 to like 100 and something, and then just in this video creating this from like 130 something to like get higher than that, 150 or so. But anyway, you can also re-roll the priority objectives. If it's something you don't like, don't want, you can abandon it, re-roll it, and you can go to something else. So yeah, that's something to really stay focused on, something to really look into, because it really is beneficial. Like right here, you can select your weapon, your global map settings, your global settings. You can do that from this section right here from your map. Also, you can select directives when you do that. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna go over here to the what is the viewpoint museum, and in here is where it's like an escalation going on at the theater settlement museum mission or something like that. So I've already completed it, but it's an escalation thing going on. That's something else to also look into when you can. Check that out. You'll be able to look into it. And one thing I noticed, which I noticed earlier when I first started playing, was selecting the directives as soon as you're able to start changing the directives on your missions and on your global settings. So like you can change your directives, and I usually, you can select any ones you want. Like they got, they give you extra XP. Like one gives you like 25%, two give you like 50%, three will give you 75%, four will give you like 100%. And if you get all five of them, like 125%. Something like that. But it's worth it because it does give you extra XP when you do it. Like you end up getting more XP the more directives that you decide to change onto your settings. So it's definitely something to look into. Try to run at least like 2 or 3. I run at least 3: Fog of War or something like that, Fog something, and Cool Skills and Rage. I run like 3 consistently. And also got my global settings set to like heroic as well. But this is just looking into this, just showing you guys like, hey, if you do any of these missions, you go into your settings. Hey, try to put on challenging at least. If you want to, run heroic if you can. If you want to, put the directives on, at least a couple of them anyway that you feel comfortable with. And also targeted loot is the light machine gun here as well. You can check into the matchmaking for some people to help you out. You know what I'm saying? So it's always nice to have friends. Some people to run around with. Randoms are awesome here. Great community, great community. But that's my gear for right now. We're running pretty heavy. But my stats are okay. They're not all that great. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get your critical hit chance up to like at least 60%. So I heard. So I've gotten closer to that over the time since the making of this video. I've gotten a little closer to it. And I will show y'all another video later next week or whatnot of what I got so far. So this here ain't finished yet. It ain't the finished product yet. Still tweaking it. I'm still tweaking it. So it takes some time. But yeah, just stick with this formula. It will work. Now, so like one thing I also noticed is see control point over there, but also if you see that walkie-talkie icon, right? That's like a enemy communication team or something. Hit these guys up. Like, don't get me wrong, this whole little shootout, this whole firefight that I went into was more difficult than what I thought. I didn't know what I was getting into, but little did I know that hitting up one of these would be so beneficial. I figured just some random stuff, little mission to do. XP, you know what I'm saying? It's an activity. So anything that's activity, I got 3 directives on. Yeah, the audio sometimes messed up in the game. But I had 3 directives activated right now. My world global setting is heroic with 3 of these directives. Now, you don't have to do on heroic. I do suggest try to get to the point where you can at least do challenging, right? So if hard or challenging, you want something that will be able to challenge you a little bit, get a bit more XP, and also test your build out. But I'm taking out this communication team, and lo and behold, like it was a little bit more than what I thought. We were close to a control point, and then people from the control point shooting at me. The dude on the enemy team for the communication team has like grenade launcher. He's a heavy build, he's armored up. So I'm just like laying into him with my military M60 enhanced. Finally take him out, and look what I dropped. Iron Lung. I didn't even know at the time when I was running through this, I was just trying to survive, I didn't realize that it was an Iron Lung. I had no clue that I had just got an exotic drop. So hey, if that ain't convincing enough, fam, I don't know, man. That's what we're doing it for, right? Level up, get some good gear, level up some more, get some more good gear, get some exotics in a way. Like, yo, that's like a perfect balance. So now I'm gonna engage this control point on heroic, and it's gonna be a little bit difficult. But yeah, so go ahead, you gotta try to take it as you can. You know what I'm saying? Take it slow if you got to, whatever. But it's all a part of the game. It's a grind, and just stick with it. Stick with it. So yeah, we just got back from the control point. Took me a little minute to get through it, but we got through it. But as you can see in this video, it took over the course of maybe a couple of days, went from like a level 130 something to 150 something. And so the formula that I follow, it seems to really work very well for me. So if you're new to Division 2, or if you're a returning player like I am, then by all means try this formula out. Hopefully it works for you until you get to like level 40. When you hit level 40, definitely keep grinding the same way. You better do a little bit more. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop me a comment, let me know what you think about it, and if you got any tips as well that I could possibly use for myself as well. But I catch you guys in the next video. Peace.